So as I was introduced, my name is Kajol Srinivasan. I have been doing stand-up comedy for 4 years now. And can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clearly? My audience here, all good, all good, okay. Can I have your mics on, please, a little bit? Yashika, Bala. So yeah, otherwise I just feel like I'm performing in this bubble zone. Okay, so where are you from? Yashika, where are you from?
I'm from Delhi.
You're from Delhi. And what about you, Shivani? Okay. Okay, what about you, Bindeshwari? Where are you from?
I'm from Uttar Pradesh, the most amazing, humorous place.
Okay, yes, let's not go political. Okay, Rondon Kiri, where are you from?
Hello, can you hear me? My video has stopped, I guess.
Okay, not a problem. Where are you from? Which city?
Yeah.
Kiri, where are you from?
Okay, let's just carry forward. All right. So anyone, the people who are listening to me otherwise, you all can participate with me on chat. Is there anyone here from Chennai? Yes, anyone here from Chennai? Because I've been really concerned. You all had a cyclone coming your way. So cyclone Nivar, I believe. Yeah.
I'm from Chennai, but I live in Delhi.
Oh, okay. You're in Delhi right now. No, so I was concerned because, you know, it's also an interesting thing how cyclones are named. Like
I couldn't hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. So Nivar is named after light. Okay, it's a Persian word for light. Now, last year, we had a cyclone coming into Mumbai. Right. It was called Cyclone Vayu. And it was named after the Indian god of wind. About the same time. And there was a lot of excitement. You know, people were like, stay at home, don't go out. Big cyclone is coming. After all of that, the cyclone never came only. Because that's what happens to name a cyclone after an Indian man. Okay, I'm just saying, I have a point here. Every cyclone named after a woman has shown up. Katrina, Rita, Maria, Nilufar, Nargis, Nina. All of them landed up. Vayu's like, Vayu, I don't know. The problem is in the name. Generally, men have a little bit of a problem communicating. Am I right?
You can say that.
That is well communicated. By the way, what's your name? I can only see you as India's smart girl.
Akshay.
Akshay, okay.
Yeah.
So Akshay, yes. Compared to women, men are a little hesitant to communicate. Like, I sent a text to a guy last year. Okay. I said, shall we have dinner today? Or shall we go for a movie tomorrow? He said, yeah. What does yeah mean? No, I genuinely want to know. People in comments, please tell me. When you ask a man 2 questions and he says yeah, Akshay will tell us. What does yeah mean?
Maybe he meant that first you guys would go to movie and then for a lunch or dinner?
Yeah, very optimistic. Men are generally a lot more optimistic than women. They're like, yes, we can do both. And every time I've asked this question, men have given me the same answer. Yeah means yes to both. No. You know, men were bad enough communicating before cell phones. I just personally think cell phones have made them a little bit worse. What do you think, Vindeshwari? Do you think that cell phones have kind of made men not so good at communication? Okay. I'm sorry, Akshay. You're the one I can... Okay, hi. Yes, Vindeshwari.
Yeah. I think that cell phone helped us to, make men listen more.
Oh, you know what? I have a theory about that. Women's Day is on March 8th and Men's Day is 6 months later. And it's 6 months later because when women messaged men to ask them if they wanted a day of their own, it took them 6 full months to respond. Okay, that is the way I think men deal with cell phones. But I just see one man here. So Akshay, I'm sorry, you're going to have to be my target for the rest of the evening. Akshay, are you married?
That's fine.
Yes, it's fine that you're married, but yes, are you married?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I couldn't hear you.
All right, Akshay isn't married. Okay, so, and I need a married man. All right, I'm going to direct my question to Reena. Reena, are you a married woman?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, Reena, now I believe in a relationship, the biggest sign of trust is leaving your unlocked cell phone on the table with your spouse around and going to the bathroom. Do you do that?
Absolutely, totally agree.
Do you
Now,
do
not
that?
that I have to do that many times, but it is a risk.
So you don't do that. You take the cell
I
phone.
don't need to do that.
You don't need to do that. So you take the cell phone to the toilet with you.
Most of the time. Yeah.
Most of the time, yes. Akshay, do you also take the cell phone to the toilet with you, even if you're on a date?
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Why? Why do you need your cell phone in the toilet? To take a selfie? No, like what is a toilet selfie called? A pot shot? I mean, I'm just asking.
I don't
No,
know.
it wasn't a genuine
tried that.
You can relax.
Not tried
It's
it.
just
Next time you
pinpointing that people all take their cell phones to the toilet. God knows why. Then nothing
Maybe
women get. Yes.
maybe they are just too careful about their belongings. I don't know. Probably
The person sitting at the table should have taken care of it as well. Just saying. Okay. Then nothing women get flack for is taking a long time to get dressed. Reena, do you think women take a long time to get dressed? A lot more than men?
I don't think so.
You don't
My
think
husband
so?
takes much longer. Much.
Do the results show at the end of all his dressing? Yeah, my point. See, women do take longer to get dressed, okay? But the results show. Men don't need time to get dressed. And I'm talking a casual situation. I can see you're all in your suits now. No, men don't need time to get dressed because they just need to open their cupboards and choose from one of their 15 checked shirts. Am I right, Akshay? How many checked shirts would I find in your cupboard right now?
2 or 3, because most of them I can't find.
Right.
So I just wear whatever is in front
Whatever's
of me.
convenient.
So, yeah.
Whatever's convenient. Yes.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Indian men have an exclusive range of check shirts. Like I get scared inviting them to an Irani restaurant because they camouflage the tablecloth. It's just really embarrassing. Now, of course, women take it to the other extreme. I was watching this series called Ashram on MX Player. And there was this woman forensic doctor there. Gorgeous, like amazing makeup, amazing hair, goes to work every day to impress dead bodies. Okay. And the thing is, I could understand her point of view. I'd be like, I probably would have done the same in her place. Men don't do that. Men are like, whatever's convenient. If they have a date, they wear whatever they were wearing earlier. If they have a big date, they have a bath. If they have a really big date, they pretend to have a job. I mean, it just goes in that hierarchy. And of course, having a job is like the biggest turn on for women, let's admit it. Ladies, y'all remember the Mills and Boons that we've all grown up reading, right? They had titles like Marrying the CEO, Seducing the Sheikh, Settling Down with the IT Manager wouldn't have sold a single copy. Let's be honest. Now, another thing which I would like to ask y'all is, on a date, who should pay, a man or a woman? What do you think, Shivani?
I guess who wants you?
Whoever wants to.
Yeah.
Okay, darling, you're very young, and I would just advise a little caution here. If you're going to wait for whoever wants to, it's going to be a little depressing date. So, okay, Reena, what do you think? Who should pay on a date, a man or a woman?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Who should pay on a date, a man or a woman?
Pay.
Pay.
I mean, depends, who paid last time, the next one could be the other one.
Okay, let's say the first date. How should the innings open? Like
First date, I wouldn't want to pay. I mean, I would
Okay.
want to, the guy to pay.
the guy to pay. So this dating site had a survey, and they asked men who should pay on a date. 77% of men said that men should pay on a date. 19% of men said it should be Dutch. And the 4 remaining percent have all dated me. Okay. It is unfortunate. They keep me guessing till the last moment. The waiter gets the check. They raise their hand and they're like, where's the bathroom? And then they vanish. One guy sat in a bathroom for 20 minutes. Indian toilet for 20 minutes. I mean, if I have to sit in an Indian toilet for more than 5 minutes, I have to send in my stunt double. Okay, just saying. Now, another thing which I hate is being coy after a date. Okay, like generally it's a guy who kind of tells you, do you want to come up for coffee and stuff like that. I hate having to do that. I hate having to be like, do you want to come up for coffee? At least with guys who have iPhones, you don't have to do that. They will go wherever there is an electric socket because they're always out of charge. They're like, oh, let's move out of the way. I'm coming up right now. Now, I've been using Zoom calls all throughout lockdown. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I find Zoom calls like a long-term relationship. Okay, you know when it's over, but you can't figure out how to quit. So you keep poking around until the other person does you a favor and kicks you out. So I've been doing that. I've been dating a guy for 9 years, and I want out. So I've been having a fight with him for the last 6 months. He doesn't know. He still doesn't know. I have no idea how men have fought wars for centuries and still have problems realizing when one is on. Women aren't like that. If I had a fight with Shivani, I would just have to look at her and go like, hi. And Shivani would know exactly what she's done. Men are like the security at a PVR theater. If you've been to a PVR theater, if Ajmal Kasab walked into a PVR theater carrying his machine gun and his grenades and his bullets, the security would open his bag and confiscate his dry fruits. They'd be like, sir, khajur, outside food is not allowed. That's meant for you. Now, how has the pandemic been treating you all? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you exactly? Rina? Pretty happy?
It's a good change, I would say.
The pandemic is a good change, okay?
No, the new lifestyle is a good change.
Well, I'm ready to go back to the old lifestyle.
Any day. We don't have a choice, so you have to be happy about it.
Agreed. Are there any Chetan Bhagat fans here? I'm even asking the audience that in the chat. You could reply to me. Are there any Chetan Bhagat fans? Yes, some of them? No, nobody? I've been asking this question for a long time. No one's raised their hand, by the way. Except my last show, one guy raised his hand. It was Chetan Bhagat. Okay. No, but I've realized that the pandemic is like a Chetan Bhagat book. COVID-19, I mean, it's even got the number. COVID-19, America has elected 2 presidents and one of them is in a state of denial. And if you don't use a mask or sanitizer or social distancing, that could be the 3 mistakes of your life. Okay, so in general, the pandemic is just a series of Chetan Bhagat book titles. That's why no one's respecting it much. People are still roaming around. And honestly, how seriously can you take a virus named after a beer? Okay, Corona. At least if it was named after Kingfisher, it would have left the country quietly and gone to London overnight. That's it. Now, in my society, when you have to come back in, they don't allow you in unless they take your temperature and they take your oxygen levels. I don't know if they are that serious in your societies. But I find that oxygen levels are like the new HSE marking system. Like if you don't get 97%, you can't get into any place good. And if you get less than 97%, all the neighbors start saying, oh my God, she doesn't have any future left, Of course, I'm half Tamilian, so I had to get like close to a 95% because Tamilians have to do engineering. We have to do computer engineering because Java is our mother tongue, didn't you know? So yes. But a lot of people in pandemic have been using milk to cure themselves. Have you heard that? My neighbor is curing himself using haldi and doodh, haldi and milk. And before he enters a building, he's also holding a pack of cold milk to his forehead so he can beat the temperature test. Okay? Because in Indians, we have this thing called jugaad, where we will use anything for anything.
Absolutely.
Now, another thing I've noticed during pandemic is that my hair is growing exceedingly quickly. And I don't mean this hair. I mean hair everywhere else. Is it just me, ladies? Or I mean, no, thank God. I had to shave off my mustache to be here. Like, it was a nice mustache. I don't mean to brag, but when men kissed me, they got their teeth brushed at the same time. Okay, it is that nice. Like it's come to a point, the hair growth, where I think that, if I have to get a spa facial done, I might as well buy a bottle of Kesh Kanti and go for it. Like, yeah. Now, thankfully, people are finally taking the pandemic seriously and they are not leaving the house, including Trump. He's like, I'm not leaving the house for the next 4 years. He hasn't conceded yet. He has lost an election. He's not conceded yet. And all I can say is that when Trump runs against a woman, at least he finishes faster. Okay, Hillary conceded in a day. So now people are wondering, will Trump exit the White House in January? And I'm thinking, no. I'm thinking that Biden might have to call security and tell them to grab Trump by the tushy and throw him out. And then he'd probably have to build a wall around the White House so that Trump wouldn't get back in. But the good news is that Mexico would pay for this one. Now, of course, we have things to look forward to. The Russian vaccine has already hit the market. And not just one. Russia has invented 2 vaccines because Putin has to be an overachiever all the time. I mean, I think Indians invented, the Bollywood invented item numbers just so that we could force Russians to be behind us in something. It's our way of humiliating their women. It's like, y'all can be good at technology and all, but wear your bikinis and dance behind Salman. Now, and who said they're from Delhi? Akshay, you're from Delhi, right? Okay, Akshay, you're from Delhi?
Yeah.
You're in Delhi right now.
Delhi, yeah.
Yes. So last month, or actually 2 months back, Delhi was having so many earthquakes. It was a pretty rocking place, right? Every alternate day, you were almost having a new earthquake.
Right.
Yeah. Like I was having a gig and there was one guy logging in from Delhi and his camera started shaking. At that point, I'm like, why are you doing that? He's like, no, ma'am, it's Delhi. And at that point, I couldn't help thinking that between Mumbai and Delhi is a safer place to have earthquakes in. Because at least you have somewhere to run to.
Right. Yeah,
In Bombay, if you have to run down, no, come on. You have to wear your pants during a Zoom meeting, yes. But at least you'll have some open space to run to. In Bombay, if you have to run down, I'm automatically in the lobby of the next building. In Bangalore, if you run down, you just get recruited by TCS, In Kolkata, if you run down, one second, has anyone seen a Bengali run anywhere? Because I'm half Bengali and I can tell you that Bengalis do not move their ass for anything. They will... Sorry, what?
My colleague Ronkini is a Bengali. She'll have to comment on that.
Okay, Ronkini?
Yeah, tell me, go ahead.
Yes.
I am sorry, I can't put my video on.
No worries.
There's some problem with my internet connection.
No worries.
Please go ahead.
Ronkini,
Yeah.
have you seen Bengalis run anywhere?
Bengali run? Sorry.
What does that mean?
Like exercise. Do Bengalis exercise at all?
Oh, no. They love their food and they love their afternoon siesta. That is one thing very passionate about Bengalis.
Exactly. And I'm half Bengali, I know.
Yeah. So Sunday afternoon siesta is a must for Bengalis, for sure.
Every weekday siesta is also a must. I mean,
yeah. We are very much like Spanish people. Like Spanish and Italian people, we don't want to work in the afternoon times.
That is so true.
And a good meal of rice and mutton curry makes it truly remarkable. And then after that, the siesta part. That's a true blue Bengalis are.
Exactly. And if I let Ronkini go on, she'll be telling me what else she ate after the mutton curry.
No, please. This is your show. Carry on, please. Yeah.
No. So Bengalis will wait for the earthquake to happen and then write a low-budget movie about it. Okay, because they're creative as well. Now, speaking of low-budget movies, does anyone here like horror movies, ghost movies? Reena, you're shaking your head. Oh, Akshay likes ghost movies. Okay, Reena, why don't you like horror movies? Do you get scared?
Of course, I do. I can't watch movies. I get nightmares.
You get nightmares. Okay, always watch. Oh, there is a participant replying to me. Shubham Sarkar Roy. Yes, you also, you get scared or you like horror movies? You like horror movies. So, okay, no worries. Now, if you're getting scared of movies, Reena, you should see this one called The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix. Okay. Actually, see any American horror movie. All the ghosts do is turn off the electricity. Indian ghosts don't do that. Indian ghosts roam around with candles and lanterns because they know that Indians are so cheap, they'll have turned off the electricity themselves. They won't even put it on to see if the ghost has come. Indians are like, we're not scared of ghosts, they're scared of Bill. Okay. Like my Tamilian granddad always said, he's like, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. He didn't mention that his early to rise was at 3 a.m. because he wanted to turn off the AC. Okay, that is a staple in an Indian household. Always someone gets up at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. to turn off the AC. My Bengali granddad was even cheaper. He also could not get up early. So they had this rule, we will put the AC on at 11 p.m. and put it off at 12 p.m. to make the room cool the room. Okay, I mean, I'm an engineer. I do know that once you stop cooling a room, it doesn't stay cool. But when you're living with your parents who are paying the bill, and they're like, "Is the room cool?" We're like, "Cool. It's your room. It's your house. We don't have a say here." Now, I saw this series on Netflix called Bad Boy Billionaires. Has anyone seen that? Even in chat or wherever? Yes, Akshar's nodding his head. Reena's not seen it?
Not yet.
Okay. Shivam Sarkar Roy has seen that as well. Okay, cool. Okay, now Reena, you must see it because it's nice to see Arnav and Navika yelling at actual criminals for a change. Okay, it's very nostalgic. So it's about Vijay Mallya, Subrata Roy, and Nirav Modi, and of course they all decamped with some money. But what I like is the serial will tell you that Vijay Mallya left the country with 12,000 crores. Cut to Shobha De. She'll be like, yeah, but that's just Vijay, yeah. He's a bad boy. I'm like, hello? And then the next episode tells you, Nirav Modi left the country with $1.8 billion. Cut to Nirav Modi's designer. He's like, yeah, but when they caught him in London, did you see the jacket he was wearing? It was so badass, yeah. I also want to be a bad boy. I mean, I also want to run off with money, and then I want Shobha De to be like, it's all going from our tax money. But doesn't Kajol look hot in Prada? Like, why? Why can't I? Why do women have to not be like bad boys? Now, what I love about the serial is the hint that Vijay Mallya gave us. Okay, big hint. Before he started Kingfisher Airlines on his 50th birthday, he had Lionel Richie come to perform with hits like Closest Thing to Heaven, Walking on the Ceiling, all airline oriented. On his 60th birthday, a month before he ran off, he called Enrique Iglesias to perform at his birthday with hits like Escape, Love to See You Cry, Tired of Being Sorry. You see where this is going. Speaking of bad boys, Milind Soman recently celebrated his 55th birthday and he ran naked on a Goan beach. Okay, he's uploaded pictures, deserted beach, Milind Soman running naked. And a lot of 55-year-old women were very excited. They were like, where is this deserted beach? Once Milind leaves, we can just go and chill there.
I wish I was there.
Exactly, for the beach.
For the beach. It's a nice beach.
It's a very nice beach. Poonam Pandey reached Goa the next day because she was dying to know which IPL team Milind Soman was fulfilling his promise to. Tiger Shroff was also interested. He's like, can I also do that? Because I'm tired of looking like a stripper who's only gotten his 50% advance. I want to dish the jeans too. Of course, Milind Soman is a bad boy. So people didn't find it offensive. They were like, he's nude, but he's just showing us how fit he is. I was like, yeah, for his 56th birthday, maybe he can upload a CT scan, that will give us a better picture of how fit he is. Now, I have nothing against bad boys in general because we tend to worship bad boys more. Buddha was a good boy. Buddha was a good man. He spent his life doing good deeds. And we use his head to decorate massage parlors. Okay, that's a respect that we show to Buddha. So even after death, Buddha has to look at gross, hairy Indian men getting oil rubbed on themselves. That's why Buddha keeps his eyes closed. Have you noticed? He's like, do whatever you want. Please just don't make too much noise. Now, any idea what phase of lockdown we are in? Are we in lockdown 5.0? Are we in unlock 2.0? Any idea? I'm personally in zip up 1.0. Okay, I can go out of the house, but my pants don't fit. So I've got to wait a bit to diet a bit, a little bit more. But I have been in general told that I have a healthy appearance. And I would like to ask Akshay his opinion. Akshay, consider this not a politically correct test, consider this an eyesight test. So do I generally look like a little healthier version of, yes?
You look normal.
Look normal. Akshay's going for the politically correct answer. And Akshay, it's fine.
No. Seriously, I can just see your face. So yeah, you look normal to me.
All right.
He plays safe all the time.
Sorry, what?
He plays safe all the time.
Oh, you stay safe all the time. I agree. It's okay. It's okay. See, I know when I see girls like there's Shivani gone. Yeah, when I see girls like Shivani, size 0, fitting into all these clothes.
I am not size 0 at all.
When I see girls like you, I feel bad for you. For you, I'm fine being the size that I am. Okay? In my head, I'm a Tata Indica, more car per car. But it's sad that women feel that they can't pay me a compliment. Forget Akshay. Akshay screwed up that entire compliment he was trying to pay me by saying he could only see my face. But yeah, but women feel they can't pay me a compliment. Always when I enter a room and there are women the size of Shivani, they look me from head to toe and they're like, I love your shoes. Because I couldn't find anything else. That's fine. Now, but all in all, 2020 is a great time to be a woman because Akshay Kumar wants to be one too. If you've noticed, it's been going that way. He tried to sell us sanitary napkins. He tried to make us make toilets. And then I saw Houseful 4 because I was dying to know what female-centric issues Akshay Kumar promoting now. And when I saw the age difference between the heroes and the heroines, I was like, welfare of the girl child. Okay, so that's the stage where we're at. Akshay doesn't even want women's jobs. He wants everyone's jobs. When PUBG got banned, he launched 4G. And Salman was like, hey, launching duplicates is my job, okay? Please leave something. Now, Priyanka's also doing really good. She's acting in Matrix 4. Have you heard that? She's got a role in Matrix 4. And you'll have seen Matrix 1. You'll have seen the iconic Matrix movie, Matrix 1. Yes. So they're going to be repeating that scene where Morpheus offers the Priyanka the red pill or the blue pill. And she takes the red pill and loses her accent. She's like, oh my God, this is the real world. He's like, yeah. Now, I'm just going to be I have a little time left and I would like your permission to be a little naughty with my jokes. Very little, very little. Am I good to go? Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, we are all adults here.
Okay, that's great. Shivani, I would want to see your age certificate, but still. Okay. Now, I am a responsible adult, so I always use protection during sex. It's just that I've changed my brand. Before Corona, I used to use Durex. And after Corona, I use Aditya Birla Sun Life. Okay, because yeah, that's the kind of protection we should be using. Now, because of the Kama Sutra, all foreigners think that Indians are great at sex. Then they have a look at the average Indian body and they're like, no, Indians are not great at sex. They're great at selling books. Okay? Because let's face it, none of us look like we can do complicated Kama Sutra poses. And Akshay, it's not your fault. It's not your fault for looking like that. It's your mother's fault for feeding you Indian food. Okay. After a dinner of dal makhani and butter chicken and parathas, the last thing you want to do is dangle upside down to pleasure someone. Please, no. After an Indian meal, the only thing you want to do is sit in the corner and burp quietly. And it says something that the British stayed here for 100 years in the country that wrote the biggest sex book of all time and went back home with our tea. Okay, it says something about the British as well, but yeah. Now, ladies, when we go to buy bras, it's very exciting because all our bras have names. Okay, so we can buy a Christine or an Yvette or an Ivanka or whatever. Men don't have that. The most exciting thing a pair of briefs is called is pack of three. That's why women get dressed in lingerie for the bedroom. Men get undressed in the bedroom. They're like, yeah, this is not exciting. Let me just take it off. There's only one kind of Indian guy who gets dressed up for the bedroom, and he wears a bathrobe. Akshay, do you own a bathrobe?
No.
No. Beware of Indian men who own bathrobes. Because behind every Indian man in a bathrobe is a very cheesed off 5-star housekeeping staff. Okay? If he has flicked it from somewhere, Marriott, somewhere, it doesn't even fit him. Now, Indians, of course, don't only flick things from hotels, we flick things from wherever. Like, I'm sure half the surgeries that are performed under general anesthetic, because otherwise the Indians will leave carrying the oxygen tanks and whatever, because, you know, it's just habit now. Of course, in India, virginity is very important. I'm sure the ladies in the room must be knowing what I'm saying. You know, ever since I was a kid, my mom used to be like, don't talk to boys, don't hold hands with boys, just don't do anything with boys. And it preyed on my mind so much. I was 23 when I lost my virginity for the 4th time. And virginity is so important for marriage, you know, because while divorce is legally allowed here, so socially divorce is not allowed. And that's why most Indian couples are on Tinder. Because trust me, there is nothing that keeps you committed more than knowing how terrible your other options are. Okay. If you've been on Indian Tinder, you know what I mean. There are good-looking Indians, but none of them are on Tinder. Of course, I have my heart set on marrying a Frenchman because in France, it is legally possible to marry a dead guy, which is true. You can legally marry a dead guy in France. And I have dated so many losers, I'm ready. I am so ready because at least I know he'll be sleeping alone every night. You know, I am tired of being cheated on by men. And all around the world, men brag about the amount of women they're sleeping with. I'm like, darling, you can't call those your private parts anymore. They're clearly public sector. I mean, you know. So I'm just going to end on this one true story. Last year, I slept with a star kid. Don't ask me who, I will not tell you. And after sex, he was like, how was it? I said it was very nice. It was lovely. He was like, that's it. I said, what did you want me to say? He said, no, but when people sleep with me, they say that sex with you has an unforgettable, soulful quality. I said, ooh, you're sleeping with Rajiv Masand? Anyway, thank you guys. That's been my time. You've been an awesome audience and you've supported me a lot. And thank you for inviting me here. And I'll hand it back to your host.
Thank you very much, Kajol. That was fantastic. Giggling away, laughing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kajol. It was super fun.